Shalom Aleichem. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful week. This week in Chutz La'aretz, we learned Parshas Bamidbar. In Eretz Yisrael, we learned Nasso, and of course, it is Erev Chag HaShavuot. So let's try and put that all together. At the end of Parshas Bamidbar, Perek Daled, we're told, Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe vel Aaron lemor, Nasso es rosh b'nei Kos mitot b'nei Levi, lemishpachosam leveis avosam. We're told we're going to count up the b'nei Kahas, and we're counting from 30 to 50, and Zos Avodas B'nai Kos ba'ol moed kodesh hakadashim, and they're going to, the B'nai Kos are going to have a special mission, a special task to be the nosei ha'aron. They're going to carry the aron in its travels through the midbar. That's the end of Parshas Bamidbar. We open up this week's parsha in Eretz Yisrael, Nasso. Vaydaber Hashem Moshe lemor, Nasso es rosh B'nai Gershon gam heim. Let's also count the B'nai Gershon. Again, once again, mi ben shloshim Shana v'mala, ad ben chamishim shana, between 30 and 50, and then we'll also count the next son of Levi, B'nai Merari. And the Kliyakar is bothered. Gershon is the oldest son. So why is it that we're counting B'nai Kahas first? And in fact, here we're counting between 30 and 50, and earlier in Parshas Bamidbar, we counted every Levi from Ben Chodesh v'mala, and then we indeed did start with Gershon. Why are we starting here now with B'nai Kahas? And the Kliyakar in this week's parasha, Parshas Nasso, Perek Daled Pasuk Chav Beis, says a striking insight. He says this counting is not just to count B'nai Levi; it's to count and highlight the mission of each of the sons of Levi. And B'nai Kahas had a prominent mission. Their mission was to be the nosei ha'aron, to carry the aron, to care for the aron, to care for that critical kli which represented Torah. And he asks the question, does the Kliyakar, why is it we should have given this task to B'nai Gershon? They were the Bechor, and therefore as Bechor, perhaps entitled to this greater responsibility. And the Kliyakar teaches us and tells us a fundamental yesod. He says, when it comes to certain aspects of Avodah, the Keter Malchus, the Keter Kahuna, yes, indeed, the Keter Malchus goes to Shevet Yehuda. There is a certain stream that it goes based on genetics. When it comes to the Keser Kahuna, true, that's genetic. When it comes to Keser Torah, that is purely 100% meritocracy. And whoever deserves it is the one that's going to get it. It's available to everyone. Kol shirotze lito yito. Whoever wants to take it can go ahead and take it. And says the Kliyakar, striking the Pasuk in Mishlei says that when it comes to Torah, Torah is yekara, more precious he mipninim, more precious than pninim. What does pninim mean? So says the Kliyakar, beautiful idea. On the one hand, it might mean yekarahi, it's more precious than pninim, those that go lifnai v'lifnim, those that go into the Kodesh, into the Kodesh Kadashim, that go in the inside, that's Kahuna. Torah is more precious. Anyone can seize Torah. Not anyone can seize the Keter Kuna, anyone can seize the Keter Torah. Pninim also represents Zahava Kesef, jewels, precious jewels, symbolic of Malchus, that the king is the source of wealth. He has the Zahav and Kesef, but no. Torah is Yekarahi Mipninim, even more valuable than the Malchus, than Keter Malchus. When it comes to Torah, everyone's on the same plane. Everyone has that ability. That's the lesson. They weren't the Bechor. Kahat was not the Bechor. Nevertheless, they got this task because they deserved it. They had that, they seized it. They had that energy to go ahead and achieve when it comes to Torah. We're going to celebrate Kabbalah SaTorah. When it comes to Kabbalah SaTorah, it's available. Everyone has a chelik in Torah. Everyone has a mitzvah Talmud Torah. Everyone finds their aspect, their chelik, where they connect to. And as I close my year in Eretz Yisrael, we're sending the boys home in a week or two, and you see how young men coming in who didn't fully have a connection to Limud Torah walk away with a real appreciation of their chelik in Torah. B'nai Kahas, they grab, they seize. Doesn't require any kind of genetics, any kind of history, any kind of family chashivas. No. Kol mi sherotze lito yito. Anyone can go ahead and take. And that's the message of B'nai Kahas, to be the nosei ha'aron and to have a truly wonderful and impactful Kabbalah SaTorah. Have a beautiful Shabbos and a wonderful Yom Tov.